Good afternoon, members. Thank you for your presence in attending this PUTC meeting today. Um, Today is Friday, February 18, and the time is 4:07 p.m. I now call this meeting to order. With that, I have 5 members present, and this constitutes a quorum to conduct today's meeting. Before I go on, I want to introduce the members. To my left, I have my vice chairman, Representative Donald Manglonia from Rota. And I have to my far left, Representative Corina Magofnia from Precinct 3. And we move to the right, the farthest right, I have Rep. Joel Camacho from Precinct 4. And I also have Rep. Vicente Camacho from Precinct 3. We have our legal counsel, Mr. Brandon. And I have the legal clerk from LB, Ivano Taitano. Thank you. And I do have the IT guy, and that's Mr. Camacho. Thank you. Members, before I go to today's agenda, I just would like to brief you that the main focus of this meeting, of this committee meeting, is the nomination of Mr. Oscar Patrick Cutua and Mr. Ramon Sablan Basa to the PUC board. Let me give you a heads up. The only person that is present here today is Mr. Ramon S. Basa. Mr. Cutua is unable to attend this meeting today, and he will not be available on live, but he will watch the video later on. Do I have anyone would like to say before I continue? No? I would like to bring Mr. Ramones Bosa to the front, sir, if you don't mind, come to the and take a seat here. Yes, thank you. Is there any public comments? You may, sir. Thank you.
Buenas, half a day, and good afternoon, Chairman Lizama and the honorable members of this committee. For the record, my name is TJ DLC Maglonia, representative for the Office of the Governor. On behalf of Governor Ralph D.O.G. Torres, I thank you for the opportunity to come and testify before you here today. I'm here to introduce the governor's nominee for the Public Utilities Commission, Mr. Ramon S. Basa. Mr. Basa is a highly experienced individual with multiple decades of experience in public service. He's obtained his master's degree in business administration from the University of Guam, served as a member of the 17th CNMI House of Representatives, and has also served in multiple capacities throughout different government agencies such as the Office of Grants Management, the CNMI Department of Finance, and most recently the CNMI Office of Veteran Affairs. In addition, he has also held several positions in educational institutions, which include the Northern Marianas College, the Northern Marianas Technical Institute, and the public school system. Governor Torres places his full trust and confidence in Mr. Bassa as a member of the Public Utilities Commission, and I know he stands ready to answer your questions and present his plans for the future. His long history of professional experience, credentials, and commitment to serving the Commonwealth in this capacity makes him a viable candidate, and we kindly ask for your expeditious approval. Thank you, Jesus Masi Zangilisol, for the opportunity to introduce him to this august body. Thank you again.
Thank you. Is there anyone else wants to make a public comment?
Mr. Manglonia, is there any comment for Mr. Kitagwa, or is it just Mr. Bassa? Yeah, please.
Thank you.
Okay, likewise with Mr. Bassa. One second. Governor Torres does place his full trust in Mr. Oscar P. Quirigua. Mr. Quirigua is a highly experienced individual with multiple decades of experience in public service. He graduated from San Jose University with his master's degree in school administration and supervision, and served as an educator on the island of Roda for nearly 30 years until retiring as principal of Roda High in 1995. He has also served as a member on numerous boards such as the Commonwealth Development Authority Board of Directors, the Commonwealth Council of Humanities, and the Public Utilities, Transportation, and Communications Committee. Again, his long history of professional experience, credentials, and commitment to serving the Commonwealth in this capacity makes him also a viable candidate. And thank you again, Jesus Masi and Zangilisao, for the opportunity to introduce him to this august body. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Manglonia. With that being said, we'll move on to item 3, new business. And this is to nominate Mr. Oscar Patrick Quirigua and Mr. Ramon S. Bassa. Do I have any members? Okay, well, write it down. As you were. Let me ask Mr. Bassa to go ahead and give us your statement, if you will, please. Thank you.
Jesus Masi, Chairman Lizama. It's a great honor and privilege to be here today to appear before you as a nominee to the PUC Commission. I also like to express my sincere the nonkuluna Jesus Masi to our governor for his confidence, beliefs, and trust in me, and renominating me for another term to serve in this capacity. I'm here to field any questions from the committee. I'm ready to answer any questions or concern that you may have pertaining to my nomination. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bassa. As I mentioned earlier, that Mr. Quirigua will be unavailable to be online or on video. So, and the statement that Mr. Manglonia has put out, that speaks for Mr. Quirigua. Do I have any member that would like to say anything if I move on? Recognize Representative Magufnia.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and good afternoon and welcome, Mr. Bassa Jesus Masi, for making the time to come up, and it was a pleasure meeting you in person. I just wanted to say that based on your work experience and your educational background, I believe that you would be an excellent asset to the PUC Commission. So welcome on board, and I look forward to your contributions to the Utilities Corporation. Thank you.
Thank you, Rep. Magufnia. Anyone else wants to say something? Thank you. I recognize Representative Vicente Camacho.
Thank you, Chair. I'm going to make this simple. I support his renomination and we'll go on. Thank you.
Thank you, Rep. Camacho. I have Vice Chair Rep. Manglonia. Go ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair, and welcome again, Mr. Bassa. Welcome back to your house. I guess just to put on record, can you just briefly share some of the ideas that you have and some of the plans that you would like to see with in regards to how we can get this commission moving forward, despite being dormant for quite some time now? If you can just enlighten the members and the viewing public some of the things you hope to achieve, should you be confirmed as a commissioner. Thank you.
First of all, I do like to see this commission organized as quickly as possible. As you say, we were on break for quite some time, and the work that we have before us, as mandated by Public Law 1535, is critical. One is to ensure that those regulated entities, when they need or request to change their rates, that the commission is there to review and make sure that the rates are just and reasonable, especially at this time of economic hardships when our people are suffering and inflation is a real thing. We need to be, this commission has to do its work as far as reviewing, the rates or the fees that CUC or the telecommunication companies or like cable TV for that matter. One of the things that I like to maybe champion, if I'm allowed to serve in this committee, in this commission, is to really start working on dealing with decarbonization. It's a hot topic now in the States about climate changes. And I know we have a small public utility here, maybe it's insignificant, but I think if we start, getting the things that we need to remove fossil fuel or dirty fuel to maybe renew energy or just purely electricity, then I think we're going to be on the step in the right direction. And I think that's one of the things that I want to pursue and encourage the commission. And I know there's so much financial grants that are available to do that. So that's one of my plans. But it's important that we keep track of the rates, as I say, because CEC has just increased its power rate from 19 cents prior to December 1st to 23 cents per kilowatt. So that's a 4 cents increase. And somebody has to look at that and determine whether it's just and reasonable. But right now, there's nobody doing that. So if we can get at least three members to come on board and begin to organize and form this important commission as mandated by Public Law 1535, and that would be marvelous. And the people deserve it. Any savings that we can give to the public, whether it's power or cable or telecommunication, it will help. It will help our people. Like I say, especially in these difficult times due to inflation. So I hope that answered your question, Congressman Maloney.
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Basa. Again, the public is not doesn't get to see the information that we had in front of us. So I wanted to give you the opportunity to share your plans with the public, and I'm sure the committee members have seen the work that you've done through even aside from your submission through your resume, but to give you the opportunity to share that. Um, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Basa, and I yield for now, Chairman.
Thank you, Rep. Gloria. Anyone else wants to say anything? I recognize Rep. Joel Camacho. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and congratulations on your nomination, Mr. Basa. I really like that statement that you put out about decarbonization. As you know, the rising inflation on fuel in the CNMI has driven our gas prices even higher than just the last few days. And it's my understanding, I know Rep. Karina has much experience working for CUC, that whenever we have a rise in fuel costs, we have a rise in in cost for utilities. And it normally commensurates. That's my understanding of that. So it's really refreshing to know that PUC is slowly coming back into its organization, and to know that we have this overseeing body, so that we can, how do you say, oversee or oversight the rate increases on CUC whenever we have fuel adjustment or fuel cost rises here in the Commonwealth. So I also want to reiterate that I do support your nomination. I've known you to be a very intelligent individual, and I know that you served once in the 17th legislature. And welcome. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Rep. Camacho. Um, yes, I've known Mr. Basa, very involved with the community, playing basketball and so forth. With his experience at the school district, at every school's activities, he tells us that he's very active with the community. Um, because of the first time that we brought PUC members to this body, we appreciate that you are been nominated by the governor, and we confirm you. And this will move forward. We will move forward to have an active personnel at PUC. So we thank you for accepting from the governor. So I'm ready to go on to the next step.
Yeah.
No. So now we are going to nominate, confirm Mr. Ramon Sablan Basa. I want to hear a move for. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I move that we nominate Mr. Ramon Basa to serve under the Public Utilities Commission. So move.
Has been Representative Joel Camacho has moved to nominate Mr. Ramon S. Basa and has been seconded. Rate it. You want to go roll or just no? So all in favors to nominate and confirm Mr. Ray Basa, say aye. Aye. Anyone objected, say nay. The aye has it, and therefore Mr. Ray Basa is confirmed by the House. What is it?
It has to be by this committee.
Sorry, take that back. You've been confirmed by this committee. Thank you. The next person that I want to hear a motion to move to nominate Mr. Kituwa. Any objection?
No objection, but Chairman, before we do, just for the record, for the LA to prepare the committee report for the action on for the confirmation of Mr. Bassa with the full body come Tuesday. And so just to be clear, we do have a session on Tuesday, and that's one of the main reasons we are having this session even late this afternoon so that we can meet the OGA requirements for Tuesday's session. So the committee has approved Mr. Boston, so his confirmation with the full body will be on Tuesday. And then moving on to Mr. Kitugwa. While he isn't available to come before the committee, in the governor's letter, it does state that Mr. Kitugwa will only have about a 2-month term. And so that really wouldn't give Mr. Kitugwa enough time to digest and to really plan out the objectives of the commission. However, I do know that he is capable, and as the chairman has spoken to Mr. Kitugwa, he is willing to fill in that seat so that Rhoda will have representation on this commission, as well as the commission being able to move forward with having the required members to conduct any meetings. And so I have full faith that Mr. Kitugwa will be a contributing member to this commission during this 2-month period. And if members don't have any concerns, I would like to take this opportunity to move that we approve the nomination of Mr. Kitugwa.
So anyone who's to motion
Already?
already?
Anyone
So has
second
been
it?
seconded? Okay. The motion has been made and second, and no objection?
No objection.
No objection. So if any, all in favor, please say aye. And anyone objected, please say nay. Nay. The high has it, and Mr. Kitugwa has been nominated by this committee for his confirmation. Thank you. We now move to the old business. We don't have any. And we can take a quick recess to congratulate the nominee. Recess for 5 minutes. Thank you. Okay, we're back from recess. Move on to the announcement. We're back from recess. We move back. We're back from recess, and we move on to item 5, announcement. Any announcements?
Yeah.
Recognize Rep. Joel Camacho.
Mr. Chairman, this is not an announcement, but more of a request to the committee. I noticed that we didn't have any miscellaneous under our agenda, so I would just like to reiterate or request once more from the last meeting that we've had or PUTC regarding the cuttings on the road cuttings. I believe by either ITNE or Docomo that maybe the committee can write a letter addressing that concern, because I've had several um, concerns brought up again by multiple constituents that it's damaging their tires. They're not replacing the sandbags on time, and when the sandbags are destroyed, it's flying all over the place, causing trash in the side of the road shoulders, and the sand spreads around. It's chaotic. So that maybe can you just please request either Docomo, DPW, or whatever agencies in charge of that they move expeditiously. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Rev. Joel Camacho. Yeah, I put that note, I noted. Thank you. Anyone else? Announcement? So we move to item 6. Anyone wants to? It's been moved to adjourn, and of course, has been seconded. This meeting, as all favor say aye. And any objection, say nay. This meeting has been adjourned. Thank you.
Have a great weekend.